Hi everyone, it's Renee from Renew You Kinesiology in Kiama. I hope you're all having a lovely day. So, I promised something new and I will deliver. So every day I am going to try to do a short little video about the liquid crystal of the day. So as I've said and spoken about them previously, there's 77, well there's a lot more, but I'm working just with the 77 liquid crystals. So there's 77 of those, and each day has a specific, like they clock over. So each day has a specific crystal for the specific day. So what I am going to do is have a little chat about what the crystal of the day is and how, you know, if it's a crystal that you need to embrace, how, you know, it might give you a little bit of insight as to why you're sort of feeling the way you are on a specific day. But, you know, sometimes we're just human and we feel whatever we feel whenever we want to feel it. But anyway, I will start. So today, the liquid crystal for the day is Rhodochrosite. So Rhodochrosite is all about self-love. What Rhodochrosite teaches us is to be able to love and accept ourselves, okay? So every little part of ourselves. Each liquid crystal has a specific animal and an essential oil to go with it. So Rhodochrosite, the message, self-love. It's got a more in-depth message, but I'll get to that in a second. The oil that goes with it is Ylang Ylang. It's beautiful. So, you know, I love it. So Ylang Ylang can be used for forgiveness. It's also an aphrodisiac. It's really good for the skin as well. There's lots of, you know, good things about Ylang Ylang. And then the animal that goes with Rhodochrosite is the cat. And we all know that cats, you know, cats are just the mirror of self-love. They're sort of like, you know, oh, look at me sort of thing. Pat me. Or, you know, they are very, what's the word? Self-assured. They know what they want. They do what they want. They're their own being. They let no one else rule them. Cats just are cats and they do whatever they want to do whenever they like to do it. So a little bit more on Rhodochrosite first. So all about this self-love. I'm just going to pull it up. I wasn't as organised as I thought I would be. So excuse me for 5 seconds. Just have a look into that card while I'm getting sorted. It's really beautiful. Okay, so it's, you know, it's got those beautiful pinks and peaches. So, you know, really loving colours, okay? So what this card, or what Rhodochrosite, the liquid crystal drops do, which, liquid crystals come in 20 ml bottles. They can be prescribed as a 21-day process, or you can take just 3 drops whenever needed. So on a physical, Rhodochrosite helps with migraines. It helps with ear infections and general inflammation. It's good for cancers. It's also good for liver toxicity, for eyesight, thyroid, so hormonal sort of imbalances as well. So thyroid, skin conditions. So if you've got like inflammation on the skin, hello, it's right there. But if you have, you know, inflammation or skin problems, you can try Rhodochrosite as well. It's good for irritable bowel syndrome. So, and also abnormal sort of gastric secretions, so things that, you know, you might get a little bit of pain or something in your stomach sometimes, or, you know, just a you know, high acidity or whatever in your gastric and intestinal abdominal region. It's good, you know, if you have weakness in the heart. It's also really good for the kidneys, narcolepsy, which I think is when you fall asleep all the time, but don't quote me, but I think I'm right. Nightmares, and also for hallucinations. It's also really good for rash. So you can actually use the drops. You can take them internally for skin issues. Again, Ylang Ylangl's really good for the skin as well. But just be careful. Some people are more tolerant to oils than others. Everyone's skin's different. I'm going to quickly read the message for Rhodochrosite. So I'm going to read that from the Oracle. So Justin Mojica Asar has channeled a message from Rhodochrosite, and I just want to read it to you and then let you sit with it for a little while. So it says, embrace me, step into the rose ray of unconditional light. Let your love for self light the world, freeing those that would seek outward. Feel the breath of self-forgiveness on the back of your neck and let it warm the coldest parts of you into the eternal lights. Walk with me across the lands into the sacred halls of Shambhala. Walking the tops of the white lands, we will enter a place where all interaction is united in completion throughout love. Together, let us feel the lower parts of self through the heart. Let it dictate your direction. Let the touch of Isis and the light of Ra unite within, so you may step forward in its unlimited joy without fear and create glory of you, eternally lit in all you do. I am with you, Great One. You honour me with your presence. Together we have built a temple in your heart where we can grow the seeds of universal light into the ever-shining path of unconditional love. Let it be expressed now in perfected action, for the betterment of all, and sit confidently in the sacred throne that is the physical body realized. Now I am love. So it's all about self-love, loving the physical body, loving the emotional body, loving every single aspect of you. Okay, so being really kind to yourself. If you're, it actually happens to be my higher purpose as well. So took me a long time to master self-love, but I feel like I've got there. It's taken me, 42 years, but I've got there. And to give yourself self-love and just to fully love every aspect of yourself is a beautiful gift to give yourself. And it takes so much pressure off. It takes so much pressure off actually loving yourself than constantly nitpicking at yourself. Oh, I've got a rash on my chest. Oh, my thighs look big in this. Oh, my hair's going grey. Oh, I've got a couple of wrinkles. Whatever it is that you don't like about yourself, that, instead of beating yourself up on it, if you just love all parts of you, it makes things that little bit easier. What, on a spiritual aspect as well, Rhodochrosite clears the base and the solar plexus chakras, and it helps one to face life and its processes, removing the avoidance of denial or denial of the surrounds. So it actually, instead of brushing things off or not looking at them, it helps you to accept it and go in there and actually not deny yourself. It's really good for meditations, and it's good for finding your twin soul as well. And if on the spiritual aspect, what it can also do physically is that it effectively moves energy from the heart to the sacral chakra as well. So that's something it's really good at. If you struggle with Rhodochrosite, you might find yourself, sometimes being a little bit overly selfish or lacking in compassion. And that's, because you could be holding on to deep hurts and things like that and pain. So you sort of want to look after yourself, or, you don't want to, you don't mean to be selfish, but you're sort of protecting yourself and looking after self first because you've been hurt in the past. You may also feel like you don't have that belief in self, so then you sort of feel alone and a little bit separate, not good enough and unloved. And you can also feel a little bit unforgiving if Rhodochrosite is something, or self-love is something that you struggle with. So by using Rhodochrosite, so looking at the card, working with the oil, taking the physical drops, Rhodochrosite can help you release deep pain and hurt and bring, you know, a new love of self. That helps you feel empowered, that helps you to believe in yourself and forgive yourself as well. It helps you to feel selfless and, you know, show compassion. So it helps that to develop, and it helps you to embrace love and life processes, and helps you to adapt to changes and accept changes as well. So anyway, I hope you liked this little video. I don't know how long. I wanted to pull a quick card. I'm just hoping that I can post, you know, a card, that's flipping away. Oh, okay. So I went to shuffle, and this one flipped out straight away. So I'm going to, it's all about self-love. So the second one, just so we can, you know, feel into it. So self-love. So that was almost uncanny. So Rhodochrosite, all we're talking about is self-love. And purity. So to find purity in self as well. Okay. So feel pure in all that you are. And you know, with that self-love, it's all about loving, you know, even the darker parts of self. Okay. So, you know, some people say, oh, but if I embrace that darker stuff, I'm not pure. No. So anyway, just quickly, tomorrow I'll see how long I can actually do this for, but tomorrow I might pull a couple more cards. But basically today, the whole reason for this video is to talk about Rhodochrosite, which is the liquid crystal of the day. All right, so happy Rhodochrosite Day, happy self-love day. And if you have some Ylang Ylang at home, pop it on, or just have a little smell of it. If you've got a cat, have a little play with him or her, and just really sort of do something for yourself today that makes you acknowledge your self-love. So look at yourself in the mirror and say, I love you. And yes, it's hard. So the more you do it, the easier it gets. Okay. But yeah, just take the bit of pressure off and just love your beautiful self. All right. Have a lovely day. Bye.